Okay, so these here are the spices for the Carol Shelby's chili. You have your chili spicing. This here is the flour. This here is the really hot stuff. And finally, this is the salt that comes along with it here. I'll actually use about half of this here, basically to taste here. I don't, like I said, I try to keep my sodium intake down there, but you have to understand that this packet is going to be for, the entire batch of chili that I will be whipping up here. So, four simple ingredients: the spices, the flour, the really hot stuff, and the salt there. All this comes together with all of this here, and it makes some wonderful chili. So now the first thing we're going to do is get the slow cooker started here. All right, you guys, this is the crock pot that I actually used there. About to throw some ingredients in there. I've used this for many years, so it's pretty well worn, but, it definitely still gets the job done here. So, it's always important to start out by turning the slow cooker on high for the ingredients itself there. Once the chili is completed there, you're going to put it on high for 2 hours. And then you're going to put it on low for 2 hours here. And that in turn is going to make the best chili there to make sure all the ingredients permeate and cook through here. So we're going to start by browning the meat here. All right, before we start browning the meat, I wanted to show you guys this here. Went ahead, I always make the base first, and these are all the ingredients all mixed up together besides the ground beef because I always put that in last. Along with this, you also have to add 2 cups of water there in order to make that complete base there. Usually, a lot of people say that you don't have to stir around a slow cooker, that it's going to stir itself there. But I'm going to tell you guys right now, you need to stir around your ingredients here, even when it comes to a slow cooker. So this is the all the ingredients, and the only thing we have left now is to brown the meat and put it in. All right, you guys, some of the turkey was actually a little bit frozen. So what I'm doing is I'm going to do a slight thaw out. And the way I do this here is I simply put a lid over it there and let it steam for a bit. Let the internal heat get up there until the turkey gets to the point to where, I could properly stir and brown the ground turkey. So kind of a big surprise to me there. I'll have to check my refrigerator to make sure it's set correctly there. But not to worry. I mean, this is just a 10-minute delay here. So at this point in time, I've went ahead and just put in the ground turkey. Just simply put a lid on it, let it steam for a little bit so that it can de-thaw to the point to where I can start stirring and start browning it here. So I'll be back in just a second here. And check in on it, and then I'll show you the end result of it. All right, you guys, this here is the finished product here for the ground beef turkey, like I said, or the ground turkey there. I don't know why I'm saying ground beef turkey. There's no beef in it, it's just turkey here. As you can see, I've always left the water in there. The reason being is if you take too much of the water out of any type of turkey, then the chili itself is going to taste really stringy, and it's not going to have. It's going to taste like almost like meal. So it's going to taste like oatmeal pretty much here in terms of the chili itself. You want to make sure that water reconstitutes itself there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drain the beef itself there now that it's reconstituted. Then I'll show you the finished product. All right, you guys, there you have it there. This here is the lean turkey. It has been strained and then put back into the pan itself there. And the good thing about it is, as you can tell, the turkey itself is, still supple. It tastes really good there, and it maintains its and because I didn't let it dry out there, I mean, a lot of people, they like to rinse their meat under there, which only saves on a minimum amount of fat itself there, but it takes pretty much all the flavor out of it. what you always want to do is purchase a very lean turkey to begin with there. And then at that point in time, you can make appropriate adjustments to, the water content. Because remember, the majority of your body is water there. And the majority of, any type of thing, anything that you eat meat wise from a steak or anything is going to have a mass quantity of water. Without water, if all the water was taken out of this ground turkey completely, it would just be a little tiny cube of powder. So that's, water is very important. Water control is very important when cooking any type of proteins whatsoever. So don't drain all the water out of any type of meats whenever you're cooking it there. Otherwise, it's just going to taste like dog food there, basically. Make sure you maintain a proper balance between water there. And once you have the beef reconstituted there, at that point in time, you can do a drain, but only do a light drain of the ground turkey. So that way you'll maintain its fullness and its taste itself, and keeping it lean at the very same time. So we're going to go ahead and throw this into the slow cooker. All right, you guys, this here is the finished product there. The only thing it needs now is just a lid. I'm going to put this on 2 hours on high and then 2 hours on low. And that's all that's needed for this chili here. I've went ahead and stirred it around quite briskly there and added a little bit of the Parmesan cheese seasoning that I showed you guys. But I'm pretty much done with this. Like I said, prep time is very minimum. And making this chili, it's very easy to make. And like I said, it makes a number of great batches for the week there. It stays in the refrigerator quite easily. And whenever it comes out, it's quite tasty, easy to heat in the microwave here. But now that I'm done, I'm going to go ahead and make myself an espresso. But that's all I got for you guys. Just tune in. I'm going to be cooking up a couple of other things, is doing a couple of other recipes that I normally do throughout the week here. But you guys take care.